Ghosted. Now, again, we previewed this in our big summer sort of American extravaganza. This stars Adam Scott. He's playing a disgraced former sentist who... And I did...
he's a professor. He's a professor.
Scientist professor. Yeah, and at the beginning of the episode, there is a great little scene where he's trying to introduce a book to somebody. He's working in a library and he's trying to sort of sell a book to someone. Bookstore. And then he goes, "My wife was abducted by aliens," and I did like that kind of really kind of quick, sharp humour.
The story is that he was fired from Stanford after his wife. Basically, everyone thought his wife left him, but he said she was abducted by aliens, and when no one believed him, they said he was crazy and he lost his job. Yeah.
And he worked on a theory called
multiverse.
Multiverse, thank you very much. And basically, he and a former cop get abducted.
Craig Robinson's Leroy Wright.
Thank you. And he's working as a mall cop, basically, but not Paul Blart.
Again, is sort of fallen from... Both these characters, you could say, have fallen from grace, because with Adam Scott's Max Jennifer, he was fired as Professor. Craig Robinson's character was fired from the LAPD. He was in the missing persons unit, and his partner got shot and killed while he was with him, and he was fired now as a mall cop.
And they get abducted by this shadowy organisation run by the woman out of Desperate Housewives. I'm desperately trying to think of her name and failing.
Ali Walker is the name of the actress. Was she in Desperate Housewives? You're thinking of someone else.
Is it not Felicity Huffman?
No.
Oh, why? She looks exactly like her.
Not really, but carry on.
Yeah, anyway. They run a shadowy organisation that investigates sort of paranormal...
The Bureau Underground.
The Bureau Underground. I didn't like the name. And there's a collection of characters there, the best of which is Adil Akhtar.
Adil Akhtar.
Close. And he plays a British...
Barry.
They start to investigate a case where someone went missing. For some reason, this person went missing, one of the agents, and he mentioned both their names.
Yeah, well, that's the first scene, isn't it? You see him being chased off a thing, and he is like a video message, and he said, "If anything happens to me, contact Detective Leroy Wright and Professor Max Jennifer." That is the first scene of the episode.
And they sort of go on a little sort of investigation.
As you say, they're kidnapped by the Bureau Underground, by Adil Akhtar. And the boss, who isn't Felicity Huffman, tells them that...
I've done it again, haven't I? Oh,
tells them that, if you help it, because this person said your names, if you help us, we will try and get your jobs back at the LAPD and Stanford University, respectively. So they begrudgingly decide to form a team based on the fact that they'll be able to sort of resurrect the jobs. And they follow the lead, using their skills from the jobs that they've lost. They try to track this guy down and do that.
Who the hell are you?
Why did you take us?
I'm Barry. I'm your kidnapper. And unfortunately, that's all I can say about that. That's not very fair, is it? I work for the Bureau Underground. We investigate the paranormal and anything outside the scientific realm.
Is this a hidden camera show?
And I think what you think this is at the beginning is a kind of like there's obviously hints of Men in Black. The film, and obviously any kind of like
Ghostbusters.
Well, yeah, and all that kind of like awkward. No, I don't want to say good cop bad cop. That awkward cop relationship. Buddy cop. You can tell they're going to become good friends, but at the moment,
I mean, Lethal Weapon was what sprung to mind for me.
Yep. Yeah, not the remake.
I would say Lethal Weapon meets Ghostbusters, but yeah, definitely I could see some Men in Black in it. But it all felt very sort of 80s, very nostalgic. It was set in the present day, but there was a lot of that sort of retro feel.
So I felt like this was a bit quick and a bit rushed.
Yeah.
As I say, whether that was ITV or whether that is because this is a pilot, and I know we talked in the past, pilots are different. They're there to grab attention. What did you think?
I completely agree with you. That is exactly what I was going to say. What I felt because not to bang on about it, but we have been talking about The Good Place a lot recently. And with what The Good Place did in season 1 and season 2 was that they had like a double episode. And I think this could have done with that. This needed more time to sort of build the world that we were we were whisked into. We only had one scene with Max and one scene with Leroy before they were kidnapped and put in the van, and then we had all the exposition about. They had a lot of plot to get through in 22 minutes, 23 minutes. You know, you had all the stuff. They had to say that his wife was abducted, or he thinks his wife was abducted by aliens. You've got the stuff with him and his partner. Then you've got the story of the week with them trying to find this agent and all the supernatural stuff. And you're trying to get to know.
I needed a rest after this episode. I needed to sit down.
This has got a lot going on, like The Good Place did, and I felt this needed at least 45 minutes for the first instance.
Yeah.
What I did like, though, and I thought was Craig Robinson and Adam Scott, both singularly and together, I thought they had really good chemistry.
Yeah.
I like the scenes with them together. They definitely sort of established that bond as it went on. And I like the scene where he starts singing Higher Love when he's asking him sort of tricky questions.
Yeah,
and then later on, there's a bit where they're sort of they're looking through a door and Adam Scott is on Craig Robinson's shoulders. And then he says, I don't believe you. And Adam Scott then is trying to get Craig Robinson up. And I thought that there were genuine.
There were laugh out loud. Yeah, I liked the photocopy a bit as well.
It feels like you needed about 10 minutes with these characters before they were abducted, and then you needed a bit more time in the bureau. You needed to get to know, because I know nothing about Adil Akhtar's Barry or the two women. There's another woman apart from the head woman. There's another woman.
She's like the Q. She's like the weapons expert. So
but enjoyable.
But what it has meant is that I will watch this more.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I do want to know more about what's going on.
Yeah. But I just think I agree completely. That was going to be my note, that this felt rushed. Didn't have enough time to sort of build the world. But I think the sort of buddy cop element worked thanks to the chemistry between Robinson and Scott.